Hello, everybody. This is Tim Foster with Northern Woods Wellness LLC, and we're coming at you for week 5 of Find Your True North podcast series. And I feel like it's going to be a really good one tonight because I wanted to get it out early this week for Mother's Day. And Mother's Day is tomorrow, so I'm doing this on Saturday night. We're going to get it up hopefully later tonight so you can watch it for Mother's Day. And my hope is that I can encourage you to be able to appreciate the motherly connection. And I know that can be a hard word to use right now because not all motherly relationships are very healthy. But, hopefully a good portion of them are. But as a therapist, I do tend to see quite a few unhealthy mother child relationships. And we're focusing mostly or specifically on motherly relationships today. And dads, you're going to get your turn in the coming weeks too with Father's Day. We're going to focus just on moms and just kind of highlight how important that motherly attachment really is. And we're going to focus on it from an attachment theory perspective. So we'll kind of start off with introducing a little bit about what attachment theory is, what are some of the attachment styles. And as I'm talking, I want you to really sit with and assess what kind of attachment style do I have. So I'm trying to make this not a dry topic. I'm going to try to make it very engaging. So as you're listening to me, really think about your attachment style with your mom specifically today. But it's also for caregivers. So if you're adopted or if there's, maybe we were brought up by grandparents, think of that relationship as well. But I'm also going to focus on biological connection a little bit. But if you have any questions or if anything rings true to you as you hear this today in the podcast, we're always here to help at Northern Woods. We have a lot of therapists that are able to help you with attachment style and also trauma if you ever need to. We have Kelly, we have Tara, and Tyler who are currently taking clients. I'm no longer accepting clients at this time, but we are able to get you connected with Kelly, Tyler, and Tara if you have any questions or want to work on some of these attachment concerns possibly. Hopefully there's a secure attachment, but if there isn't, it's treatable. You're not doomed because you don't have secure attachment. So we'll focus on that. But without further ado, let's dive right on in and get into week 5 of Find Your True North podcast series. And we're going to be talking about attachment, the thing that shapes us all. So let's focus on your motherly relationship. Motherly relationship is so important. It's the one person that you are biologically connected to that has birthed you. You were housed in their womb for 9 months and then raised. And attachment begins well before birth. It begins in the womb. And that's why parents might often talk to their baby. They might tell them they love them, or they might, just say hi, and they get really connected. And I'll tell you what, that goes a long ways. More and more research is focusing on that prenatal and infant mental health that is critical. So dismissing that prenatal attachment is actually doing us all a massive disfavor. So focus on that. Hopefully, we've all had parents that have been able to tell us they love us, care for us, we can trust them, we know that they're going to come back, but not everyone does. A lot of people end up having what we call insecure attachment, where we don't trust people, or maybe we never knew where we're going to get food, or maybe we were emotionally, physically, or even sexually abused by a parent. Those can really, really hinder our emotional and even physical development. So think about your relationship with your mom or caregiver and assess, am I securely attached to her or insecure? And you might be saying, well, Tim, I don't know. And I'm going to answer that for you. So secure attachment is when we can really trust that we're going to get our needs met. We are going to be loved. We're going to be cared for. They're going to maybe be diplomatic. There might still be discipline, but they'd be diplomatic about it and try to let you know and understand. Secure attachment also builds an emotional culture in the home where people feel open to speak. That is the ideal attachment. That's what we want to have. Granted, no one's ever going to have a 100% secure attachment, but that is ideal, what we want to aim for. And I do think there are a lot of great parents out there that provide that for them. So thank you, mothers, for providing secure attachment. But maybe you're sitting here being like, well, I never had that relationship with my mom. I just never had it. My mom was maybe never saying I loved you, or was very cold, or maybe there's alcohol or drug use being used while you were in the womb. Maybe there was a significant depression or mental illness present, or incarceration. Those can really, really hinder our attachment with other people. And attachment doesn't just impact us at that moment, it impacts us throughout our entire lifetime. And it's not just relationships. I view attachment style of being how we relate to jobs. Are we able to hold a job? Are we not able to? Are we getting along with clients? Are we not getting along with our coworkers? Are we having problems in intimate relationships? Are we maybe clingy? Are we distanced and isolating? All that stems to insecure attachment. And there are three different types of insecure attachment I really want to touch base on today. And they're the most common that I see as a therapist. And I think in general research, these are the most common. It's anxious attachment, avoidant attachment, and fearful avoidant attachment. And I'll go through a description of both. Anxious attachment is when you're fearful of losing somebody. It's kind of like roping them in and really scared they're going to die. Maybe they're never going to come back, to the point of hindering your daily functioning. That is what anxious attachment is. There's avoidant attachment then too, which is popping a shield up, essentially never letting anybody in. Maybe it's through isolation, maybe it's through anger. We're just never letting anyone into our real life. And then there is fearful avoidant attachment style, and that is commonly associated with trauma or PTSD because it's a bit of both, and it's very challenging to work with. It's actually considered one of the hardest attachment styles to treat, but it is still treatable. I do it quite a bit with EMDR. And attachment develops from pivotal moments in your life, usually when we're born. So that's why childhood is so important. And hopefully that motherly relationship is something you are just finding as a solid structure, solid, secure attachment style. It's going to move throughout your whole life. But if it's not, then we can help work with that for you. So let's focus on anxious attachment. Anxious attachment, fear of losing people. I've seen that happen where people are so scared of losing people that they end up actually pushing people away because they might become clingy or overbearing, and people don't really thrive when that type of attachment is around. They find it all over encumbersome, and then they end up leaving that friendship. So we don't want that person to be overbearing. Avoidant is that shield. Maybe the person is just not engaging with anybody. It looks like depression almost, or isolation. Some people might like that, but you might have to sit with yourself and say, am I really just staying comfortable at home, or do I fear and am avoidant of dealing with people because they might see through me? That's a common phrase with avoidant attachment. They might see me, so I'm pop that shield back up. And then fearful avoidant is both. It's just this pull because I really want to talk to you, but when you get too close, I'm just going to push you back out. And that is very challenging for the person struggling with it, but also for relationships that person is in. And those relationship styles end up having a golden thread throughout your entire lifetime. They end up being the way you relate to your job, to your intimate partners, to animals, to I don't know, anything really. Just a worldview, essentially, is what it is. The way you view the world is through attachment, I believe. And so if we can help treat our own attachment style, then we can really heal. So that's something that's really significant. I know my wife actually has healed significantly in a little over the last 2 years now. She and her mom are better than ever. And it's really cool to see as this attachment is becoming secure over the years. So that goes to show that insecure attachment can definitely become secure with proper treatment as well as proper planning on how to communicate this to the motherly figure. So I'm not trying to knock mothers. I just want to show you how important that motherly relationship is. So with that in mind, think about your relationship with your mom. Is it secure? Is it insecure? And then what type of insecure attachment? Is it anxious? Is it avoidant? Or fearful avoidant attachment style? And then maybe there's part of you sitting here, yeah, I'm thankful that mom created a secure attachment for me. And then you can go to mom today and say, hey, thank you. Appreciate everything done for me. You taught me how to trust. You taught me how to be a kind, compassionate, emotional person. That's something to thank mom for, because that is the most beautiful gift in the world. But maybe you're sitting here like, well, no, damn, I never got that from my mom. I never got that from my dad even, or my grandparents. I didn't even have a parent. Well, now you got insecure attachment. You got that on your radar, and you can sit with that and kind of say, maybe I have to bring something up to mom if I've been hurt by her, or maybe I have to meet with a counselor to process some of this trauma that stemmed from the motherly relationship. So the motherly relationship is very, very important. Sit with that. Talk to your mom, and maybe you're feeling a sense of gratitude, or maybe you're feeling a little sense of resentment and anger. That's a sign for you to kind of say, hey, I need to do something, or I want to do something. want is always better than need, because when you have want, you have desire. When you have desire, desire equals change. So take what I talked to you about today, sit with it on Mother's Day, and maybe express some gratitude to mom, or if not, maybe you start planning how to communicate this to her. I wouldn't just go on Mother's Day and just start saying, "Hey, you gave me insecure attachment style." That's not going to work. But us therapists can kind of help guide you in the proper modality and how to do that, and the preparation and the healing that can come from that as well too. So let's close for the day. And I want to say to all mothers out there, thank you so much for your kindness and your caring that you have done for your children. Thank you, Linda Foster, that's my mom, for all the kindness you've shown to me throughout the years, and even maybe the discipline that's been there, but I appreciate it. And then thank you, Lisa O'Brien, for all the help you've done for me and Kaylee as well too. I know I'm not your biological son, but you have treated me with kindness and respect throughout the years, and I just wish you a happy Mother's Day as well too. If you have any questions, or if this thing rings loudly to you, give us a call, 715-598-1568, or email us at info@northernwoodswellnessllc.com, and we can get you connected with one of our fine therapists and help you move towards the next step of mental wellness. Thank you so much. Have a great Mother's Day, and take care of yourselves. Thank you.